Season's greetings. Hello and welcome to Love the Darts. The countdown is on to the big day that brings joy to households around the world. Yes, not just the UK. We are worldwide now. Thursday, the 11th of December. Make a note of that. It is the start of the World Darts Championship. Joining me to preview the festive feast of darts, we have Michael Bridge. Bridger, you all right?
Yeah, good, Em. How are you?
I'm good. Busy period for you?
Yeah.
Always busy, aren't you?
Always busy with the football, but transferring to darts, and I cannot wait.
Yes, good. We are very happy to have you. And we have the return
Yes.
of the former world number one, the former World Matchplay champ. He is used to be a very loyal guest here at Sky Sports Darts. Remember him, it is Jaws, Colin Lloyd. Lloydie, how's it going?
Hello,
Where have you been? Where have you been, my friend? We've missed you.
What? I'm like the Scarlet Pimpernel. They seek me here, they seek me there.
I know, and we do seek you.
They seek that Jaws everywhere.
Ah.
No,
But you're back, and I've just
been busy. I'm still around in the dart scene and whatever.
Always.
And,
You're doing quite a bit with Winmore.
I am, yes. I'm head of player development, and it's great. Winmore, obviously, a part of the Sky production, really, because our dartboards are up on there. And listen, looking forward to a great World Championships.
God, aren't we all? Let's get stuck into it then. It is, of course, the biggest ever World Championship at Ali Pali with an expanded field of 128 players and the biggest prize fund ever, with the winner receiving a huge £1 million. The top 32 players are seeded, of course, in the first round, which is unlike other years. So we're going to preview it by going through each quarter of the draw. Of course, look, there's so much to get through. I just said about there being 128 players. So we're going to talk about the big hitters, some of the big names, and maybe some of the outsiders along the way as well. So we will start at the very top of the draw, the first quarter, which does, of course, feature our reigning world champion, the world number one, Luke Littler, who he's cleaned up this year. He's dominated darts, hasn't he, in terms of picking up major titles. Won the UK Open, the World Matchplay, the World Grand Prix, the Grand Slam, the Players' Championship finals as well. I mean, it's dominance, isn't it? And Lloydie, I think you can see why people are doing their predictions for this and saying, I cannot see past Luke Littler going back to back.
Well, every time you think that, from what I see of it all, every time you think that he's just having a little bit of a lull sort of thing, all of a sudden he just kicks back into gear, and he's frightening. He is frightening. He's someone, he believes in his own ability. He knows how good he is, and he's really forcing it on the other players now. You know what I'm capable of. It's up to you now. It's a little bit like Taylor in the day. This is my level. If you want to compete with it, you've got to step up to it. And then he jumps again and again. And unfortunately for the other players, they've got to keep stepping up to the plate.
Do you remember we had to be careful in the earlier months of the year by not bigging him up too much? And it felt a bit boring by predicting him to go here and there. But then you watched every interview, you listened to him. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And he does it. And even the other day I was listening to him, he said, well, I've got to win the European Championship. I've got to win the Masters.
There's still stuff missing, basically, isn't there? Yeah.
He's got the Taylor mentality of the early noughties and late 90s, the danger in him. And it makes him a strong, strong favourite. I'm sure he'll go off odds on with some bookmakers. It's scary, and he's world number one, and because of the prize money in the World Championship compared to others, it will take a lot for him to be dislodged for quite some time. So it's and you know what, well done to him. You know what he's done to this sport over the last couple of years, from when we started doing this preview show 2 years ago as a 16-year-old. Oh, this would be a good guy to watch. To now, and how darts is incredible. It's been incredible for decades, but where it is now, highest viewed sport on Sky Sports apart from football and everything else that comes with it. It's even Panini sticker books. So it's in a great place, and he takes a lot of responsibility for it being in such a great place at the moment.
Yeah, as an 18-year-old, he's still relatively new. Like you say, it's only like his second full year sort of thing, and you think to yourself, he does it with consummate ease, and he does it so laid back. Does it all with a smile.
Yes.
And that must really aggravate all the other players coming in, because he does it all with a smile. But he's just so good. He's like a seasoned pro.
And do you know the difference I find with them now, the players? Even Gezi, they respect it. They go,
well, you can't knock.
Yeah. The other week, the treble 20, treble 7, they respected this. Whereas before, they're probably finding it hard to accept this young kid who's 25 years younger than me. He's beating me up. Now I'll get him next time, but now it's, if I get him, great. I think Wadey felt that in the European Championship.
Yeah.
Pietreczko, I think, feels bad about trying to go for him a year ago in one of the Euro Tour events, and now he wants to be quite pally with him. There's that respect there.
Yeah. It's funny sort of reeling off all his titles this year, but he's of course been in a couple of other big finals as well in the Premier League and the World Series finals. Lloyd, you've been around darts for such a long time. Put just this year into context when I've listed off everything that he's won so far.
In one word, frightening.
Yeah.
Absolutely frightening. He's 18 years old. He's just turned to adulthood. And what he's achieved in the game, you wouldn't have thought it was possible. You really wouldn't have thought it was possible because of all the class players that are out there. You know, like Bridgie said, your Wadey's that are capable of stopping people. Gezi Price, Luke Humphries, Johnny Clayton. There's so many players you can pick from that have had the opportunities to stop him. But unfortunately on the day they haven't been good enough.
Yeah.
So what he's achieved, it's been a massive year. It'll be interesting to see. This sounds really bad. It'll be interesting to see what he does next year.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Is he gonna? Let's just say he wins.
We were
this World
saying this
Championships.
time last year, weren't we?
Yeah. Let's just see if he wins this World Championships this year. How committed is he going to be to the tour?
Well, I think it's
Because I think the tour keeps you sharp.
Yeah.
That's my point. I think the tour keeps you sharp.
Well, Luke Humphries brought it up, didn't he? In one of the maybe it was an exhibition or maybe in the post Players Championship about their schedule next year in terms of that, and that'll be interesting. But
just a word on Littler's first round then, because I mean you obviously spoke to him at the media day, and I think it was funny listening to him talk there because he's already got his eyes on other targets. Yes, the titles that he hasn't won yet, but with the World, he was saying no one's gone back to back since Gary Anderson 10 years ago. So that's what I'm eyeing up. He's got Darius Labanauskas up first, a player who's made the quarterfinals before. He's hit a 9-darter on the World Championship stage before. How do you think Luke will sort of be approaching this?
he's a good player, Darius, and he knows Ali Pali well, as you mentioned. Was the 9-darter. He's a bit slower than most players, but that won't frustrate Luke. That won't frustrate him. I'm trying to think of things that might get him. The only thing is, if he's not going to win it, you're going to have to get him early.
Yeah.
But I look, and we're going to go through it in great depth in a moment. But I'm looking at his tree. Is it tree or his path? His path.
Let's say that.
His path. And I think he'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
Whereas others, I think Luke Humphries has got a really difficult path. I mean, would you go along with that, Lloydie?
Yeah.
I don't think he's got an awful lot to be too fearful, but he will be respectful.
Yeah. I mean, Darius is dangerous. Darius Labanauskas can be dangerous if you give him an opportunity. Luke's been a player that doesn't give opportunities very often.
If he does, he's able to come back, isn't he?
Yeah, he can be clinical back. I mean, you're looking down in Luke's group. I mean, you've got the likes of Damon Hatter, Raymond van Barneveld, Rob Cross, Chris Dobie's in there. Luke Wood else. He's someone that's quietly gone about his business just of late. So there are plenty of people, if they're on their game, that could cause an upset.
Yeah.
But at this moment in time, he's riding the crest of a wave, and he knows what he's capable of doing at the minute, and he loves applying that pressure. And when he applies the pressure, he takes it. He nails everything. So I'm sorry to say for Darius, great for you to qualify for the World Championships, but I don't think you're going to get anything from the reigning world number one and defending world champion.
No, I think you might be right there.
Gezi's the one.
So, this is the thing. So you mentioned some of the names in his quarter.
Yeah.
No, that's it. I mean, Gerwin Price is the big hitter, really, if you're looking at the seeds and certainly what they've done this year, who is in that quarter. So, if we're looking at, you're talking about routes and paths, Bridgie, you would predict, I suppose, a Littler Price quarter final.
I was actually going through all the quarters the other day and thinking he'll beat him, she'll beat him, and it never works out that way.
I know.
And more than ever in the PDC, it's not going to work out that way. There'll be, so
that's the great thing about the worlds. They're shocks.
Yeah,
that you could pick whatever you want, but someone will throw a cat amongst the pigeons, and you'll think to yourself, I never saw that one coming.
Yeah.
And but that's going to happen. We're going to get some of them in the afternoon sessions and the evening sessions, I think, nearly every single day.
Do you know, they talked about, extended format. Is it going to dilute it a little bit? I was at the draw with you, and when you were there, obviously, great job, by the way. Because if you screw it up, you can't that's it.
Yeah,
she did been brilliant.
Oh,
so
thanks, Bridget. It was a long old draw. That
no, she
wasn't
did
it?
because I did
Stop
it. But
being
no,
serious.
because I did it one year, and it was nerve wracking.
Yeah.
Sorry. In all seriousness, going back to when you were doing the draw, when you were pulling the Webby and Wayne. I thought that's a good tie. That's a good tie. Not seen him for a few years. Not seen him for a few years.
Were you keeping up to date with the Gerwyn Price coat gate?
Yes.
Wow, he's got it back.
The beauty of social media.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't wait to really ask him about that.
Enamoured sort of with that coat, wasn't he? He needed it back.
I'll make a Netflix series of that one day.
It's amazing, isn't it? That when you put it out on social media, that you can get a £200 voucher of fish and chips.
Would you have liked that?
That's
fish
why I
and chips,
handed the coat back. I hope he does delivery to in deepest, darkest Essex.
And I
want him delivering it.
But as long as I've known him, he's had that jacket. He does like that jacket.
What, Gezi?
Yeah.
That same jacket.
He loves that jacket.
Well, no, he clearly loves it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, anyway.
Clearly,
well done.
absolutely
Good
loves
news
it.
for him ahead of the world.
He is obviously a former world champion. That was in 2021. Made 3 quarterfinals since then. Not gone further, though. Quarterfinalist last year, lost to Dobie. He's had some real highlights this year. 4 titles on the Pro Tour, 1 on the Euro Tour. Has picked up a title in the World Series as well. And it feels like he's been gathering a little bit of momentum towards the sort of back end of the year on the major stage. Semi-finalist at the Grand Slam and at the Players' Championship finals. Lloydie, where do you sit with Gezi? He's got Adam Gavlas first. He's in the same quarter as Luke Littler. He's been playing some good stuff, but it almost feels like we still need to see that sort of... If you're going to go toe-to-toe with Littler, you've got to be producing that sort of 105 plus average, and that kind of, the fireworks that we saw from him when he was having that run in 2020 and 2021.
Yeah, I think he's had, like you say, I think he's had a little bit of an indifferent year, but he's starting to produce the goods the latter part, and that's where you need to be doing it. I think he's already had one eye on the World Championships. He desperately wants to win a Worlds, and he wants to win a Worlds with the crowd there. Because he's always said, yes, it's great that I'm world champion, but I won it in like lockdown, and I want to win it in front of the crowd. And like you say, he put in good performances at the Players' Championship and the Grand Slam, and that should be something to spur him on. He knows his game's still there. And for me, with Gezi, I think when he's in full flow, he's a little bit like Luke Littler. He's absolute joy to watch, and Luke Humphries were, because they make the game look so easy.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think I think if you really had to push it all, I think in that bracket it will come down to Luke Littler and Gezi Price, who's going to come through that quarter.
It's I like that you already mentioned Luke Woodhouse though earlier, who's been playing some really good stuff on the tour this year. A word on Rob Cross then, Bridgie. It actually feels a bit weird seeing 17 next to his name. He's a 17th seed. Obviously, he's sort of tumbled down the rankings, hasn't he? Core Decker for him up first. He's making his debut. What do you want to see from Rob Cross?
All I'd say with Rob Cross, firstly, not many world champions are still around. So he is a former world champion. He's been a Premier League regular for a number of years, but it's a difficult period in darts at the moment, because when you've had a bad few months, you could be skittling right down that order of merit. So he will just literally want to get that first win under his belt. And I think he could potentially play Mervyn King after that if Merv wins his match. That won't be easy. So it's Rob Cross is very intriguing. One of many I'm really intrigued by in terms of this World Championship. He needs a good World Championship.
Yeah, Ian White or Mervyn King.
I think what we can all agree on, the tour just gets tougher and tougher and tougher, and it doesn't wait for anyone. And if you have a couple of little slip-ups, and that's what's happened to Rob. He's had a couple of early exits in big events where he's been defending big money off of his ranking, and that's why we've seen the drop. But unfortunately, that's world sport, isn't it? And that's the darting world, I'm afraid. You have to keep defending those points or that money in the money list, otherwise you're going to slip. And the trouble is with that, as you slip, the draws get harder because you're playing the people that are further up in the rankings, and so then it becomes tougher. So the thing about Rob Cross in my eyes, Rob Cross is mentally tough.
Yes.
He is mentally tough, Rob, so he can bounce back, and there's no reason why he couldn't have a run in this event.
I mean, he looking at it, could face Barney, could face Damon Heta. I'm plucking the names out here, but Damon Heta, as much as I love him personally, he still hasn't done enough for me
He's got something to prove,
on tournament darts.
Yeah.
But so Damon Heta against Rob Cross would be a great game if that's won in the third round.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to go through each quarter, but there are names that are going to stand out. Obviously, you got Barney in there, who's a 5-time world champ. Chris Dobie as well, the number 8 seed, obviously made it through to the semi-finals last year. He's had a good few years, actually, back-to-back quarter-finals the 2 years before that. Also, same little section as Cam Crabtree, who I was really impressed with at the Grand Slam. So looking forward to seeing a youngster on the Ali Pali stage as well. One final word from this quarter, and it's got to go to Alexis Toilo, because he's in this quarter and he could be a spanner in the works. One of our slower players, I'd say, Lloydie. Fair to say?
Yeah, just a tad.
It's tough to deal with, though, right?
It is
From
tough
a player's
to deal with.
perspective, we saw that at the Grand Slam.
Yeah, I mean, you feel as though you put out your rhythm. You are put out your rhythm. It's as simple as that. But do you know what? And the thing about it is, he's in that group, in that bracket. At some point or another, the people above him, they're going to probably have to compete against it. Up first is going to be Krzysztof Ratowski. Well, I don't think it's going to bother Krzysztof that much. But the thing about it is the players have to adapt to it. If they're a slow player, I mean, if you look at yesteryear, Dennis Priestley was classed as slow. Justin Pipe, people like that, methodical. But you have to adapt to it. Some players can, some players can't. But they're going to have to because he's got his own little intricate ways.
Yes. You could call them that.
Yeah.
Right, okay, let's move on to the second quarter then. The highest ranked seed in this quarter is, of course, the world number 4, Stephen Bunting, who was a semi-finalist last year, lost to Littler, of course. That Bunting's best finish, former Lakeside champ. When you look at the titles he's won in 2025, you go, well, you've picked up more titles than a lot of other players. 6 titles, couple in the World Series, 2 on the Euro Tour, 2 on the Pro Tour as well. But he's not really had any deep runs on a big TV stage. Quarter-finalist at the Masters and at the World Matchplay, but that's it. He'll be, I don't know, it's hard. It's a sort of weird way to look at the year, because I feel like a lot of those titles I mentioned there as well came at the beginning of the year. So, it'll be sort of boosted by the crowd, won't he? He'll absolutely love his walk-on. We'll love it as well. But it feels like, I don't know, does he need to do something on the world stage this year? Is there that sort of like... Is it desperate like that? Like there's pressure on him. You've got to produce something. Have a good run.
It's not a case of having to produce. You want to produce. It's the biggest darting title on the planet. So, like you say, he had a great start to the year, did Bunty, and he would have been so disappointed at the Grand Slam.
Yeah.
So disappointed. But
I think he was slightly injured actually as well.
Yeah.
I think there was maybe a little bit of a shoulder or back issue that he's had a little bit of the year, but no, whichever way you look at it.
Well, unfortunately, at this moment in time, we've had it brought through to us, haven't we? That he's not feeling very well at the moment. He's obviously picked up a little bit of a sniffly cold or whatever. But he needs to get back on track. And the one thing that Stephen Bunting can do is get on track, because he's that sort of person. And he loves playing darts. He loves playing darts to provide for not only himself and his family, but he loves providing entertainment for the crowd.
Yes.
And, we love him for it, because he can be explosive. But he's got a tough opening, Sebastian Bielecki's, he's not a pushover.
That is a tough one.
And that is quite a tough one. If Bunty feels that he hasn't been on his game, and Bielecki steps in a couple of times, if Stephen gives him a couple of opportunities... we're going to have to wait and see what happens, I suppose.
Yeah. It's a possible third round tie against Dirk van Dijvenbode.
Yeah.
And then a possible one with Schindler. It's but look, I think if he, wish him well. But I think he should be pretty happy with that.
Listen, he's the number 4 seed for a reason. You don't get handed a number 4 seed, So he has been pretty consistent on the tour this year. It's typical that it's been like it since the end of time, that the World Championships comes at the end of the year and the start of the see in the new year. Some people have got a bit left in the tank, ready to fire up for the Worlds. Some people might just be running on fumes and empty. I think Bunting, where he's had an indifferent back end of the year, there should still be plenty enough in the tank to push on and have another good run like he did last year.
Yeah. Well, the number 5 seed is also in this section as well, in Johnny Clayton, who has had a really good 2025, and there've been some real highlights and a lot of consistency. I mean, he, at the beginning of the year, made the Masters final, lost there to Luke Humphries, but he's then made the semi-finals of the UK Open, the World Matchplay, the World Grand Prix as well, and he's picked up a couple of titles, one on the floor and one on the Euro Tour. I mean, he will be wanting to get himself in the Premier League as well if he's not already, and very much in the thoughts of Matt Porter and the PDC. With how he's been playing this year, are you backing him to have a decent run?
I think he'll get to the last 16. Just looking at this sort of blindly, potentially he'll play Michael Smith in the 3rd round. Looking at this, we don't know. I mean, Michael Smith, Lisa Ashton is probably one of the ties of the first round for me for so many reasons.
Yeah.
Johnny will want to get to the quarter-final here at the very least, won't he? He's got,
which is actually the furthest he's ever made it at the World. So.
Yeah, and he's got real Premier League aspirations. For that, he will have to go far in this. It's as simple as that.
Let's talk about some of the standout ties then, because I mean, you mentioned one of them there. This is on the opening night, Michael Smith, Lisa Ashton. What a tie. We've also got Dave Chisnell, Fallon Sherrock as well.
That's the tie of the round. Because this, out of the women in this tournament, I think Chizzy's got a really tough one there. It's so tough. Fallon, we knows that Palace, Queen of the Palace, she knows it really well. Chizzy's not playing particularly well at the moment. So that, for me, is a do not miss. Do not miss this match.
Yeah, I think it's the likes of Fallon and Lisa and everybody else has qualified. They've qualified on merit, through the ladies' tour and whatever. But we know they're such tough players. They're so tough to beat, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Michael Smith, when that draw come out, he must have thought to himself, why me?
Do you know what?
Why me?
Yeah, talk about Michael Smith, because it was great to see him on the Grand Slam.
Yeah. He done great, by the way, to qualify for the Grand Slam. I was there, and he was throwing some really good stuff. It was a joy to watch him throw like that again. He's
going through a lot with his injuries and everything, and I'm glad that he is kind of showing us what he's going through. Because he doesn't, obviously, he's probably only showing us 10% of the mental anguish he goes through. But it's important for us to see, because it was only a couple of years ago. I've got to get, who have you got? Michael Smith, are you lucky?
Yeah, oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's how quick these things change.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he's sort of showing us he is going through a lot and how much he's striving.
The hard work's paying off.
Yeah.
The hard work's paying off. He's been working hard behind the scenes. There's nothing worse. You guys know yourself, just in life in general. If you're trying to do something and you're in pain, and like he's in pain in his ankle, in his wrist, and in his shoulder area, you think to yourself, well, there ain't a lot more.
Yeah.
You throw darts for a living. And, the pain, he's going through the pain barrier. The hard work is paying off. I sometimes think he's trying too hard because he wants to prove everyone wrong. Don't write me off yet.
But
don't focus on that. Focus on what you need to do for yourself.
But I love him, but he's one of many who thinks the world is against him. Because I would love nothing more than to see him in major semis and finals again.
Yeah. He's a joy to watch when he's flowing. Yeah, he's brilliant.
But there have been times where I've interviewed him, and Wade is the same, others are the same, just sort of feel like, oh no, because we want to see you do well, but you can't all win it.
No, that's it.
And this. But as I say, I go back to it. I'm glad that he's kind of showing us what he is going through at the moment. But one thing I will say as well, when M was doing the draw, Luke Littler standing there like a punter, Luke Humphries standing there like a punter, and I nudged Humphries, and I went, and he went, I just didn't want Fallon.
Oh really?
Didn't want Fallon.
Yeah.
Didn't want to play Fallon, and
she does get the crowd. Behind her there.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their favourite. Can I just mention as well, Jose de Sousa.
Yeah, who came through the qualifiers.
Came through the qualifier. and I think he was 5-2
Oh no!
down.
Oh, it was shocking how
5-2
he
down
made it through. I mean, I'm
against
like,
Andy
very,
Bolton.
Yeah.
Sorry, Andy, but but by qualifying, Jose, he's kept his tour card.
Yeah.
If he hadn't have qualified, he was going to have to go to Q school and everything. So in some ways, I know he's got a tough opening in Ricardo Pietrezco.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, it's like a free run now for Jose. Who's to say that he couldn't roll
Shackles are
back
off.
a couple of
Yes,
years
yeah.
and start producing some of the stuff that we used to rave about
Yeah.
a couple of
When
years
he's
back? You
winning
know?
the Grand Slam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else stand out? I mean, we spent a bit of time with Ross Smith, didn't we, on the weekend,
Yeah.
Lloydie?
Yeah. He's got a tough opener.
It is a tough opener.
It's a tough opener, but I think if he gets through that, he'll be quietly confident of a good tournament.
Yeah. He's in a good place at the minute, Ross.
Oh,
he's thrown some good solid stuff this year.
Yeah.
And he's a class act, and he's also very dangerous. He knows how to win a major. He's a former European Open champion, so who's to say this might be his breakthrough year in the Worlds, but it could be for another 127 players also. So
sitting on the fence. Right. The third quarter, then, guys. This is the one that consists of the world number 2, who is the big hitter, I suppose, the big favourite in the bottom half in the 2024 world champ, Luke Humphries, who, I mean, look, he's had a really good year. It's not quite as good as Luke Littler's, is it? But winner of the Masters and the Premier League, obviously been in a number of other finals as well, European Championship, World Grand Prix, Grand Slam. He was quite bullish as well after the Grand Slam when he lost in that final to Luke Littler, saying, I'm going to win the Worlds, which is actually what you want to hear.
that's it.
Love it.
Yeah, love it.
Love it.
Loved
Love it.
hearing
Like
it.
he is.
Yep.
He has been nothing but a true professional in the PDC over the last few years. When he said sometimes I didn't quite feel like a number one was awful, because he's such a great player, great person, and it wasn't as if he wasn't winning tournaments. He's won tournaments. He's just come up against someone who has just taken it to even another level. That they are the Lukes at the moment, Luke v Luke. And they're on another stratosphere. But as it stands, Luke Littler has just pushed on into a world of his own, and then maybe Luke Humphries is in a world of his own, and then we've got the others. I mean, I'm not trying to. I remember back in the day when you were world number one.
Oh, you've got a good memory.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, it used to bug you sometimes because people didn't recognise it. It did bug you though, didn't it?
Oh, it did bug me. Yeah, I mean, I felt for Luke. Every time he gets interviewed, or every time he was getting interviewed, it was a case of they weren't really asking him about him. They'd be asking him, how long do you think you can hold on to your world number one place for? Well, I've just won again. Can we talk about that instead? I don't know how you guys think about it, but I think that I don't want to say the monkey off his back. That's the wrong words to be using. But where he's actually been surpassed now by Luke Littler to go to world number one.
Yep.
No, you mean.
Maybe now he can
That's
relax.
done, isn't it?
He can relax a little bit more now, and he can just go up there and throw for it. Because I always felt as though he wasn't just throwing to try and win tournaments. He was having to try and to throw, which has added pressure on himself again, to try and justify as to who he is and what he's achieved and what he's done in the game. And I agree with you, Bridget. I think Luke Humphries is an absolute gem of a player. I mean, when he's in full flow, it's brilliant. And like you say, listen, as a former player, as just a fan of darts now, when you see them two going at it in a major final, what's there not to get excited about?
Yeah. It's never it can never be boring, can it?
No, it can never be boring. And, Luke Humphries does not have to justify anything to anyone about his career so far in darts. And he will be, in my eyes, a major player come the new year. This is, I think you said it before, is this the toughest quarter? I mean, just looking up and down it now,
Wessel Nyman's in there, same little section as Luke Humphries. Nathan, who has had a really good 2025, and he looks like he's in form at the right time as well. James Wade.
You can get Nathan Aspinall against Luke Humphries in round 4.
Box office. Jan van Veen.
Yeah. I mean that could be a quarter final, Humphries or Aspinall, and then you'll probably get Josh Rock.
We'll get onto that.
Will.
We will. But when we're talking about actual contenders, then Nathan's been playing some good stuff. Wadey's obviously got to be up there. He's world number 7, but also off the back of the year he's had as well. But I feel like Van Veen as well is one of the contenders
lovely lad as well.
outside the real contenders sort of thing. Because of picking up that first big title at the European Championship, and he's just been playing some really good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, all the talk about coming out of Holland was either Wessel Nijman, Jan Van Veen. And it just so happens, I mean, everybody was fancying Wessel to be the bigger player.
Yeah.
Who's been playing some good stuff as well. It just feels like it hasn't
very
sort of
much
come
so.
together on a big stage.
Yeah, but it's all come together for Jan Van Veen, and he's dangerous. He's dangerous. And where he's got a taste now of a major, he's going to want...
door, isn't he?
It's opened the door, yeah. It's opened the door. Well, he hasn't... I don't really feel as though he's opened the door. He's booted the door. He's booted the door open. And... listen, he can do some dangerous stuff. No disrespect to anyone in his bottom group, but I don't think there's anyone there to touch him.
Okay. Yeah.
Whilst he's in the sort of form that he is at the moment.
I mean, we've got Wadey thrown in there as well, who's a 4-time semi-finalist at the Worlds. I mean, he's made a couple of big finals this year, UK Open, World Matchplay. So he's shown that he's in some really good form.
Well, Wadey could face Jan Van Veen as the tournament goes on. Yeah. And I'd probably just pick Jan to get that one. But if it's the match play James Wade, then James Wade's got a huge chance. I mean, I'll tell you someone I'd like to see, I've not seen for a while, is Dimitri Van den Berg. I mean, and if he wins, don't take the microphone off me, mate.
Oh, he probably will.
Well, hopefully I'm not on that day.
He'll probably sing us a little song or something.
Yeah, but no, I mean, that's an unknown, then, isn't it? I don't know where his game is really at the moment.
Yeah. There's just one little game in there as well that I just want to bring up as
Cameron Menzies.
Cam Menzies, obviously, he's got the experience of the big stage. But he's playing a certain young man who's starting to make waves in the world of darts. He's starting to make a bit of a name for himself in Charlie Manby. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see, Charlie making his debut there. It'll be interesting to see.
Cam will have to be on his best for that.
Oh, yeah, I think he will be, yeah. He's been gaining some valuable experience, Charlie has, by playing down in the Modus series and whatever. He's playing on a big stage against some decent players. And so it'll be interesting to see how he gets on.
Paul Lim in there as well in this quarter, by the way.
Yes.
Leonard Gates, one of the real entertainers. Our first Kenyan representative is in this quarter as well. There's a lot going on, really. A big sort of North American clash between Matt Campbell and Adam Savada.
Well, Leonard Gates will probably fancy his chances against Mickey Mansell. Did you see the look Mickey Mansell gave James Wade in the Players' Championship? And then Wade looked back at him. It was brilliant. I couldn't stop laughing. But I mean, look, you could get Luke Humphries for Paul Lim. I mean, that would be wouldn't that be incredible? The crowd.
Do you know, Gabriel Clemens has got Alex Spellman. Now I know Alex Spellman at the Grand Slam
didn't produce what he has been producing. Yeah.
Spellman's a dangerous player. He's a really, really good player. I think he proved that in what was it 2 years ago at the Worlds? I think it was 2 years ago at the Worlds. He had a couple of good runs. He had a decent run there. And not massive, but I think he got through like the first 2 or 3 rounds. And I think it might have been Gary Anderson he put on the back foot a little bit. I might be totally wrong, but he definitely done something at the Worlds. And he is someone who's very capable of throwing some good darts. And
been playing some good stuff on the CDC.
Yeah.
Circuit.
And to be fair, I'm not being disrespectful to Gabby Clemens, but...
I love this.
He hasn't really done anything.
His debut at the World Championship.
Go on.
2024, where he went out in the first round.
Right. Okay.
What was his
average? If I remember rightly, he had a big average.
All right. Okay.
Who did he lose to?
Ryan Joyce.
And what was? Yes. And that was a humdinger. Look at the averages.
Actually, you know what? It is coming back to me now, and I think you're right.
And I think he was. I'm pretty sure he was winning that match. But hey, listen. I'm just saying that he's
won the
decent.
First set.
Yeah.
He won the first set, Lloyd. He give you your flowers for that. Okay, right. We've talked about a very tough third quarter, but is the fourth quarter, is this even tougher? Or maybe you could look at it and say it's open. It depends how you do want to look at it. You've got Michael van Gerwen in there, the 3-time world champ. Been in 2 of the last 3 finals as well. World number 3, of course. You've got, I mean, there are other world champs in there in Peter Wright, Gary Anderson. You've got Danny Noppert, who's been one of the most consistent performers in 2025. Josh Rock, Daryl Gurney, Bo Greaves. It's hard to know where to start. Let's start with Van Gerwen then at the top of that quarter.
I thought third was the best, but I'm looking at that now. It's wow.
Van Gerwen, the top seed in this quarter. You can never write him off. He will want to have his say, won't he? It's just, I guess, whether he can bring out his best.
Well, it's very rare for Michael Van Gerwen in an interview to say, "I've never played that person." So he says it's complete unknown to him, but Michael being Michael, he will want to beat up that board and win that comfortably and get off, because I think that's where Michael is at the moment, and he has all this expectation on him year after year, but it seems it's getting tougher for him year after year. So there's a lot going on this year. Looks like he's in a good place at the moment. You know, you've spent a bit of time with him. I had a bit of a chat with him, so you know. And as I say it, I know I say it a lot, but if you got a ticket to a match with Michael Van Gerwen and those green lights come down, you've got a good night at the darts.
Realistically, I'm going to pose a question now to you two. Is there expectation on him this year?
Not as much, I don't think. I mean, he got to the
I
final.
think there's always a level of expectation, right?
But there's a level of, but not the level that we've seen
in the past. Of course,
in the past,
the expectation. No. If there's expectation, it's on Littler, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Littler and I think all the expectation will be on Littler and Humphries.
All right, okay.
I know what you're saying.
No, I'll tell you what.
I do know and understand.
I'll answer the question there.
Yeah.
If he faces Willie O'Connor in the next round and someone tells me he's lost 3-2 to Willie O'Connor, I'm not going to go, I can't believe it, stop the car. It's going to take me a week to get over.
Are you going to be in the car listening to it?
Well, yeah. I'm not going to every session. But he got to the final last year, but if he loses early, then it wouldn't stun me. But looking at he should win his first round tie. He should beat Willie O'Connor.
Yeah.
If he gets Peter Wright, he should beat Peter Wright.
What about Gary Anderson? If he was to meet Gary Anderson, then where do we stand then?
There you go. That's where I couldn't tell you.
I think that's the sort of game, though. Correct me if I'm wrong, which you two usually do. It's
all in his head, isn't it?
Bless him.
Is a game against Gary Anderson. That's what fires Michael up.
It is, and that was
that's
actually
the sort of
proved
thing
at the Grand
fires,
Slam. Yep.
That's the sort of thing that fires Michael up.
But Gary will go, "You're not beating me, mate.
Oh yeah,
I've got people to prove wrong. You get out of the way, Michael."
That's it. Oh yeah, yeah.
But
if we're going to fire up MVG, that's the sort of game that'll fire him up.
I mean, it'd be like being in a DeLorean, wouldn't it? Van Gerwen, Gary. I mean, that's you could have had that years ago. I mean, that would be a right special match, wouldn't it?
Danny Noppert, guys, who's another big hitting Dutchman in this quarter. He's been so consistent this year. He's featured in so many big TV semi-finals. No titles, but those runs on TV show how consistent he's been and why he's up to a career high ranking of world number 6. Is this where he's going to be judged then in terms of... And again, the Premier League conversation is there. There will be people who say, I'm not having Danny not... I can't get on board with that because it's about, these loud personalities. And but in terms of what he's been doing this year, he's been very consistent.
Yeah, I mean, he could make the semis looking at this. I mean, again, like, it's so... You're looking at it and you're thinking he will beat him. And it never works out that way. But... I'm looking at it here, looking at who he could face. It could make the semis, and that will give him extreme Premier League aspirations.
Josh Rock has also got those aspirations, and he's in that section of the quarter.
I think Josh Rock's got one foot in, and I know people, and they'll be saying in the comments, don't talk about the Premier League, and I get it, but for me, he's got one foot in it.
We'll talk
in the
about
Premier League,
Premier League because
anyway, sorry, everyone.
No,
it's annoying, isn't it?
We're not going to apologise, guys. We're going to talk about the Premier League as and when, because I understand the World Championship hasn't gone away yet. But what players do at the Worlds, is a big factor, isn't it?
Yes, no, that's true. It's true. Yeah, I mean,
if Danny Noppert makes it to the final of the World Championship, he's going to be in the Premier League. He's world number 6 as well.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, you can't ignore him.
Yeah,
you can't ignore.
And if you're a player, then you want to do everything in your power. If you want to be making it, we're talking about Johnny Clayton earlier.
I mean, looking at it roughly, it's for me. It's Rock or Noppert will play Humphries.
Yeah.
But again, it's like people will be thinking, hold on, you're getting way ahead of yourself.
I mean, there's another guy down there just underneath Josh Rock, who played next game if he comes through his match. Nico Springer.
Yeah.
Nico Springer from Germany.
It's won a Euro Tour title this year.
Yeah, he's no pushover. He's a really, really good player. Unfortunately, had to pull out of the Players' Championship because he was in his sick bed, so he had to pull out of that, which would have been devastating for him. But he's a serious player.
Okay,
I mean, a really serious player.
I can't believe we haven't even got to this yet. But Daryl Gurney against Bo Greaves. What the helly?
So
one of the standout ties. The first
yeah,
one.
and again, it was Luke Humphries didn't want Bo, and I can.
No one wanted Bo.
That's
sure? Like.
Who pulled Bo out in the draw and they said, "Oh, sorry." They said sorry, didn't they?
Yeah, Wayne.
Right, yeah, because
I was waiting for Bo, and it was the penultimate tie, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Of the whole draw.
see, we've had so much discussed with Bo, haven't we, about the World Youth Final and the year she's had. Can't wait to see her properly next year in the PDC. But that's a toughie. That's a tough one. But if Daryl's not on his game that day, Bo will win.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Oh, I totally agree with you. The thing that with Bo Greaves, she can score with the best of them. She can absolutely score with the best of them. If her finishing's going in, Bo has lost a lot of games or a lot of legs because her finishing has let her down. Daryl knows if he gets opportunities, he's got to step in and take whatever he creates for himself. Listen, it's going to be an absolute tough match for both players.
Yes.
It's Bo. People have got to remember as well. This is Bo's first PDC World Championships.
No, it's not. But it's fine. She's been there once before and lost to Willie O'Connor.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, but that was a world where she lost to Willie O'Connor.
Yeah, but then she went
and she played.
to WDF.
She went back to WDF after that. But I mean, she played. She played well there. It was just if you looked at the scoreline.
But she's a completely different player now
that's the key, I
compared
think,
to then.
Lloydie.
Yeah,
She's so different.
Without doubt, nothing level now.
Listen, whatever happens, I think if Daryl's on his game, I think it could be an absolute humdinger.
Yeah.
And like I say, I think it could be one of the games. I'm going to stick my neck out and say that could be one of the games of the first round.
Oh,
I mean, it's going to be lively
100 plus average for the
it?
pair of them.
Oh, definitely.
And
not even Sweet Caroline could save Daryl there from
there's so sort of many players to talk through. What we're going to do now is our well, first of all, actually, do either of you anyone we haven't mentioned that you really want to talk about?
Oh.
No. It's if something there's a burning desire to talk about someone that we haven't. Given
another player here. He's playing the experience of Simon Whitlock.
Good to see Simon Whitlock back, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Connor Scott.
Yeah.
Connor Scott. He's been working very, very hard on the tour and whatever. For not much really. He's just walked into some big averages, but he done the hard work of qualifying for the Grand Slam, and I thought he showed up at the Grand Slam. He put in some big performances at the Grand Slam.
It's great to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, he is a joy to watch. He's got a tough opener in Simon Whitlock because Simon's obviously got the experience of playing on the big world stage.
Yeah.
But I think that could be a good game also.
There's a few tasty looking first round games. There's sort of throwback match. Ian White v Mervyn King.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have thought that'd be a first round game a few years ago, but it is. I'm a bit worried about Damon Heta against Steve Lennon. He just needs to get through that. Joe Cullen just needs to get through against Bradley Brooks, and don't worry about anybody or anything else. And I like Andrew Gilding against Cam Crabtree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, time for our predictions then. We'll start with a real tough question. Who's your winner this year, guys?
Luke Littner.
I think I was asked this earlier. We were doing a sort of Sky internal talk, and it's so hard to see past him because of what he's done this year.
It's two things, Em. It's two things. One, I like the draw, how it's mapped out for him, because I think you've got to get him early, and he's just on this
seems
unstoppable, monstrous level at the moment, and I don't think you can beat him in the later formats.
Lloydie, can you argue with that? I think it's hard to, if I'm honest.
It's very hard to argue with it because he doesn't seem to suffer with any sort of burnout, does he?
No.
Someone simply shouldn't do. He's 18 years old. But people don't realise, unless you've played on the tour, it's tough and it's draining, all the travelling and everything else.
But that's nonsense as well, because there's many finals where the semis and final are done in the same evening. And there's experienced people in their 40s and 50s get it wrong. They get knackered. They lie down. They don't focus. They don't go for a quick walk. They don't do it
the
right.
things.
He's doing it right at 18.
Yeah.
Runner up then, and just to point out, I think it's been a long time actually since the favourite in the top half and the favourite in the bottom half both made it through to the final.
Josh Rock.
Yeah, that would be a killer final.
I mean, if it's Luke v Luke, then wonderful.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to go for something different, and
I can get on board with that
I'll
final.
go for Josh Rock.
2 former world youth champs duking it out.
And it was a great match.
Semi-final at the World Matchplay was unbelievable, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
so,
you feel like for Josh Rock, maybe he's like, that's the one that got away.
Yeah. So I'm going to do that one.
I like it. I like the look of that.
I like that a lot.
You
I
stealing
do
that,
like
are you?
that. Yeah, it's like you say. I just think it's only a matter of time before Josh really pulls in a big win. I know we won the World Cup of darts and whatever, but I think it's just a matter of time. If not when, that he wins a big individual event. Yeah, but that's.
I can't actually argue with that, guys. I'll be honest with you. Some won't be happy with that.
I think it'll be interesting to see after the first couple of rounds. I know this is easy to say. After the first couple of rounds, I think you'll get an idea as to whose game is in the right place and whose head is in the right place and all that sort of thing. It'd be interesting to see. Like, it was interesting not having MVG at the Players' Championship. Because
we don't know how that will affect him, right?
Yeah.
You could go, well, you've had a bit of time off. He went away, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't think it'll matter. I mean, he played well in an exhibition in Finland.
Senki. I was just going to say 8-6. He beat Littler in the final. Didn't he? Yeah,
but it was like one of the Littler's dad basically said, "What? Couldn't believe it. It's an arena, packed arena, 8,000. Like a Premier League. All right, okay, it's an exhibition, but still."
Well, it's all a big part of their preparations, though, isn't it, leading up to the Worlds?
Yeah.
A player you think will impress, who's maybe not sort of one of the big names?
The bigger names.
Bigger names?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm not going to have strict rules on this. You can just say someone who's not a Luke.
Ross Smith.
Yeah, okay.
Ross Smith.
Yeah.
Mate,
it'd be nice to see him do well,
I hope so. I really hope so.
I'm going to go with Connor Scott.
Yeah, you've already been.
Yeah, I like Connor Scott, but also I'm going to keep a beady little eye out as well on Nico Springer.
Yeah, I think Cam Crabtree as well. So I quite
Cam
like the look
Crabtree.
of Andrew Gilding.
He played really well, didn't he, at the Grand Slam? Yeah, he was really good.
Which seed do you fear for early on?
That's really tough, isn't it? Really. Be interesting to see which Peter Wright turns up.
Yeah.
Peter, I had a good chat with Peter at the Pro Tours, the last set of Pro Tours in Wigan, and he said, "I'm gearing myself up for a third world title," and I just sort of looked. I said, "Well, good, but don't just tell me it. Do it. You know the hard work you have to put in, Peter, and you have to put in the prep work. Show us why you're a 2-time world champion." And potentially to be a third time world champion.
Last year he managed, he knocked Luke Humphries out, didn't he, in the fourth round? So he managed to pull something out of the bag.
Yeah.
Just to help you out, you were saying Chizzy Fallon was a big game. And
I
think worried about
Chizzy. I think Chizzy will be relieved if he gets just through that, just to get through and sort of give him a bit of momentum. So I'll go. Sorry. Yes,
I was feeding you something there. I don't know if you knew.
No, Chizzy and Daryl Gurney, I think, for the same.
Yeah. I'll tell you another one. See, you've opened the floodgates here. Another one that he needs to be on his game because he's got a tough opener is Joe Cullen. Joe needs to be on his game because Bradley Brooks, do you remember that first round game years ago with Willie Borland? Went all the way down and Willie produced a 9-dart leg, deciding leg. And you know what? Bradley Brooks, he's worked so hard. He lost his tour card and whatever. He went on the development tour and everything. He was playing on that, gaining some vital experience, playing against some seasoned, tough players. Got his tour card back again, and now he's been producing some really good stuff this year. And people say he's produced some shocks. They're not shocks because he's someone who's a very, very good player. Yeah. And so Joe will know that. Joe's not silly. Joe will know he's got a tough opening game there. But hopefully he'll be able to bring all that valuable experience and get over the line. But that's a tough game for him.
Yeah, very good shout, Lloydie. Okay, before we go, because I know we've been rambling for some time now, some quick fire debate topics for you both. And we would, of course, love to hear your opinions on these as well. So comment below on YouTube if you're watching, or if you're listening, then, I don't know, tweet us at Sky Sports Darts. Or comment on Spotify, whichever you'd rather. But, right, first up, best ever walk-on at the Worlds.
Ooh,
Bob Anderson when he walked on with the horse.
Oh, at the old Circus Tavern.
Yeah, you will give you Circus Tavern as well. I mean, actually, can you beat that?
Steve Hine throwing muffins into the crowd.
Oh yeah,
like
chef hat on and everything.
And then Phil Taylor a few days ago said there are players here who just like to have fun, and some players who want to have like, what you mean, Steve Hine?
Yeah.
Wayne's Hawaii 5-0 was great,
yeah.
and I think John's Star Wars final against Kirk Shepherd was really good as well. John Park.
Yeah. Okay. Love that, guys. Biggest shock at the Worlds.
Probably Kirk Shepherd's run to the final. It was very Leicester City-esque.
I think he just caught up with him, didn't it, in the end?
Yeah.
Because he was throwing some really good stuff.
Yeah, he got a bit outspoken in his interviews. I think he sort of got a bit much for him, but that shot, that year in general, him getting to that final, I suppose.
Do you know what? For the year that it was, it's not a shock because of the player that he is, and he's a friend of all of us. Did anyone really give John a chance in the 2003 final
against Phil?
Because Phil was just absolutely dominated, and I think John got to the final, and I think John just hung on in there and just took out crucial shot after crucial shot, and because I don't think anyone really gave him a chance.
No, and I bet many will disagree with this. I don't really give Rob Cross a chance of whacking Phil in that final as well. I just thought it was all set up for Phil to win it, so that's one. But there's been loads of opening.
Loads.
You've been part of one, haven't you?
Oh, what, me?
Oh gosh, that is it then, guys. I feel like we could
funniest moment.
We could talk all day.
Funniest moment.
Has there been any funny moments?
There
should never be funny moments.
On the board?
I think the funny moments. I think we can always agree with the funny moments at the darts is. Will it appear this year?
The Wasp.
It's always
Will
there.
the Wasp
there, I think.
appear this year? Everybody's tried swatting it.
Yeah.
Everybody's seen it land on the top. Are they going to get stung? Aren't they going to get stung?
Gezi putting his headphones on in a major quarter-final. Like, this is not an exhibition.
Yeah.
The biggest quarter-final in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's up there.
What did I do?
Oh, no.
What haven't you done?
And where's one? I think Dirk van Dijvenbode against Barney years ago. He gets treble 20, it checks his score. He's got to get a single 20, and he hits a treble 20, and he looks confused. Yeah. You've just checked.
Yeah.
He just checked, and
so
it was a great 180. Shame it was a no score.
Yeah, might want to check again.
There'll be some moments. I mean, you're going to be interviewing some of the players on stage. We never know how that's going to go.
Yeah, I know. Blimey. Yeah, good luck.
I think we can all agree. Listen, the best of luck to everyone who's qualified. 128 players, biggest world championships there's ever been. And listen, it's going to be a long 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But at the end of it, whoever's crowned champion, whoever it may be, they've done really, really well.
Absolutely.
What a perfect way to end, Lloydie.
Thank you.
We'll have you back anytime.
Thank you.
Hopefully you'll come back again. That's it then. You're all set for the Worlds. My thanks to Bridgie and for Lloydie. What a dream team for joining me today. Thanks to you for listening as well. The World Championship gets underway on Thursday, the 11th of December. Every single dart is live for you on Sky Sports Darts. We'll have a daily podcast from the Palace as well, so keep a lookout for those. And we'll be back, of course, after the tournament to review it. Until then, enjoy the action and have a very Merry Christmas.